Previously on Project 100K.
All right, Emma, tell us how it is.
I'm Emma Ranke, and I'm going to be a new sales agent, and in my second month, I'm looking to hit 100K.
We are going to take a brand new sales producer, doesn't really know a lot about insurance, and the goal would be to have her do something that's very rare in the insurance industry.
Words of advice, I would say don't f it up.
Do you think that new conversations are the most important metric that we track?
Are new conversations the most important metric that we track? That's a good question. I think I would maybe have a different opinion than other people in the office.
Of the three metrics that we track, which is most important?
Definitely new conversations.
New conversations is the most important.
I would say probably conversations.
New conversations.
Definitely new conversations.
I don't necessarily think it's the most important one. However, I think it's an extremely important metric to track and almost directly correlated to what someone can produce, which is why I'm still tracking the metrics that we have here, because then I'm able to compare against someone like Stephen Moitz.
I am part of the 100K club. New conversations are the most important factor. It's just a numbers game. If you don't have the new convos, you're not going to get there.
Traditionally, what salespeople do is they say, well, it's a numbers game. Make more calls, send out more quotes. The problem with that thinking is that you can make a few hundred calls in a day, but not really talk to anybody. So more calls does not directly correlate to more new business or more deals closed. Similar, if you send out a lot of quotes, but you don't actually talk to those people, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to close more new business. So if dials and quotes do not directly correlate to closing more new business, what does? What we found is that if you spend 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes, on the phone with a prospect, that's enough time for you to go over their auto, home insurance, and ask for the sale. So anything less than 10 minutes, we don't count towards anything. And new conversations are defined by being on the phone with a prospect for at least 10 minutes. And the goal is to have 4 new conversations per day.
So the 2 ways that someone can get conversations is 1, transfers, or 2, dialing out. Dialing out is more of like an effort thing. A lot of people don't want to do it, but needs to be done as, just being an agent. That's a standard that needs to uphold. However, what's really cool about our agency is that we have SDRs that do transfers.
The SDR's role in our office is to be the customer liaison, so we transfer them over to agents where they can get quotes and just talk to them about their policy.
When someone sends a transfer, there's a few people trying to grab them at the same time.
That's very unfortunate for them. Gotta be quick, gotta be fast. It's very competitive, so you gotta be ready to go.
Okay, and I do have one of our licensed agents on the line. His name is
Steven with Farmers Insurance. I'm the one that's actually been building out this quote for you here. I'll go ahead and get it pulled up on my end. How's your day been going so far?
I think I'm also not as quick with the transfers yet. I think that's something that other people get them a lot quicker than me.
Now, if Emma's goal is to write $100,000 in premium, her goal should not be to have 4 conversations per day. She should shoot for 5 new conversations per day. Here's why. If you look at a normal month that has 20 business days, 4 conversations per day over the course of 20 business days is 80 new conversations. Now you compare that to having 5 conversations a day, 5 conversations times 20 business days, that's a total of 100 new conversations. So just by having 1 additional conversation per day over the course of a month, that amounts to 20 additional conversations. So for Emma to do $100,000 in premium, her goal should be 5 new conversations a day, or 100 for the month. Easier said than done, but very doable.
I'm on track to hit that right now. However, working extra hours / working the weekend will just put you over the top. Things may take other of your attention. However, I think hitting 5 is not too difficult.
So how hard is it to have 5 new conversations done?
How hard is it? Soft. What else is soft? Stephen Moitz.
What?
It's not very hard to have 5 conversations in a day as long as you're locked in, but generally pretty easy.
Dialing out isn't easy. It can sometimes take 15 to 20 minutes before you actually get someone to pick up the phone. Even then, there's no guarantee that it actually turns into a real conversation. So you dial and dial until...
Hello, who's this?
Hey Alfredo, this is Emma with Insurance. I see that you requested an insurance quote for the home on
Do you live there or are you buying that property?
In the first 2 minutes of the call, if we're kind of stumbling through things and there's a lot of gaps and we're not super sharp, then that will also increase the odds of not getting the conversation. And then it's objection handling. If we're not super sharp with handling objections, then we're gonna have a tough time getting new conversations, especially on the dialer. With transfers, it's a little different, but with the dialer, these things are a lot more important.
I am dialing out primarily waiting for a transfer, so I just keep dialing and hope to get someone. But dialing out just ensures that I get there, so I want to start that earlier in the day to ensure that I hit my numbers.
There are two ways that you can distribute leads. The first method, and this is the traditional method of distributing leads for a sales team. Let's suppose you have 5 sales producers and you buy new leads. You buy a few dozen leads a day. The first lead that comes in gets assigned to the first producer. The next lead that comes in goes to the second producer. So as leads come in, they get assigned evenly to the different producers. Now, this may seem like a fair and equal way to distribute leads, but the problem with that is that if, let's say, sales agent number 1 is on the phone talking to a prospect, and during that time, they have 2, 3 additional leads assigned to them, nobody's calling those leads. And in our business, getting to those leads as quickly as possible is very important. This is one of many reasons why the round robin method, which seems like an equal and fair way to distribute leads, it simply falls apart. In our agency, we have our Shark Tank lead distribution method. Simply put, if you take the same example of 5 producers, the leads that we buy do not get assigned to any one of the 5 producers. Instead, they go into our Shark Tank bucket. And as producers become available, or as SDRs become available to make outbound calls, they call from that pool of new leads. And this creates a competitive environment where the newest leads are up for grabs for anybody. Whoever's available can call the newest leads. So the advantage that we have is that we get to leads quicker, and everybody on the team has the same opportunity to get to the newest leads.
There are people out there that may not like doing outbound dials, but it's what we need to do as sales producers.
Just a couple of seconds wasted on something that doesn't need to be wasted on is going to be you sacrificing an opportunity. And those opportunities will be the difference maker on you hitting 100K.
One thing that I would suggest to Emma think about is that quality of conversations matters, but what's just as important is the quantity of conversations.
This week definitely gave me the confidence that I needed to hit this number, because last week I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but I do think I can do it.
We should be good to go.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help.
Of course, have a nice night.
You too, bye-bye.
And that's the scoop on new combos. I'm on track for 100 combos. See you guys next week.